So here we have an equation of a conic in general form, and again we want to convert it to standard form. So it'd be nice if we knew what type of conic section this was first, and that's really easy to find out because I know it's a plus sign, and I know they have different numbers in front. So plus sign is either circle or ellipse, and if it's a 6 here and a 1 here, different numbers, that means it's going to be an ellipse. So our goal is to put this into standard form for an ellipse. And I mean, even if you get stuck, at least be able to improve your chances on this. We know it's an ellipse, so it has to be a plus sign in between. Well, that's a minus sign, so it's not this. That's for a hyperbola. Same thing here, minus sign, it's not that. So it's got to be one of these two. So let's go ahead and see if we can figure out which one is going to be the answer by putting it into standard form. So our first step in putting in standard form is group the x and y's. And then move that 145 to the other side. So grouping them together, I am going to get, let's see, x squared plus 2x. And then also for the y's, I'm going to get plus 6y squared minus 60y. And then moving that number to the other side is going to give us equals negative 145. Second step is to factor out any leading coefficients on those squares. So there's nothing on the x squared, so that's good. But here I can't have a number in front of the y squared, so we want to pull out that 6, and we'll do it out of both of these. And leave the y inside though, we just want the number away from that. So let's pull that out first. So this part is still good. But this part we're going to pull out the 6 in front. So 6 here, y squared, this divided by 6 is 10y. And now we can complete our square, do the completing the square. So remember that's the plus a box where we have to do the b term, that like the 2 divided by 2 and then square it. So this is our completing the square that goes in the box. So let's fill in those boxes when I get to this point. So I get x squared plus 2x plus box, we'll figure that out. And same thing with the other part. Y squared minus 10y plus box. And remember, what we add to one side, we're going to have to add to the other too. So I have the minus 145. And then we're going to add a couple other numbers here too. And so let's see. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1. So I need to add a 1 to the other side also. Now watch out here, because 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 5 squared is 25, but I don't just add up 25 here. Remember, we added a 25, but that 6 is being distributed to it. So it's actually 6 times 25, and 6 quarters in your pocket is $1.50 or $1.50. So on the right side, I end up with 150 minus this is 5 plus 1 is 6. And on here, the reason again why we do this completing the square is to put it as something squared. So these factor. This factors to the square root of that x, and square root of that is 1. And then this one, well, the 6 is still there. This factors the square root of y squared is y, square root of 25 is 5. And I messed up. It's a minus in the middle because it's a minus 10. And now it's basically there, but for an ellipse, we always need it to be equal to a specific number. What number is that? It's a 1, so we can divide by itself everywhere to make sure we get it equal to 1, and we have our final answer. So here I get x plus 1 squared over 6. Here the 6's cancel, and here we get it equal to 1 like we wanted. And we see our final answer is B.